Hi guys, and welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be showing you a recipe for gluten-free coconut thumbprint cookies. These cookies are so delicious, and technically you don't actually have to make them into thumbprints, so you don't actually have to fill them with anything. They're delicious just on their own. But I wanted to take these to the next level, so I did make them into thumbprints, and I filled them with a chocolate hazelnut spread, which was very decadent, it felt very fancy. But the fun thing is you could take this in so many different directions. You could do a pineapple filling and make it really islandy and really tropical. Or you could do like a chocolate ganache filling with maybe like an almond on top and make like kind of an almond joy riff. Any way you take these, even if it is just not putting any filling in them at all and just making the cookie part, so good. So let's get started. All right, the main portion of our cookie is going to be a lot of coconut. We're using unsweetened coconut here, and we're doing about 5.5 cups of our coconut flakes. Now you can use the larger flakes or you can use desiccated coconut. Basically whatever you can find is gonna be fine in this application. I used a combination of both. The desiccated coconut's just gonna be a little bit finer and give you a little bit of a smoother finished product, and the flakes are gonna give you a little bit more of a chew. So after we've got all of our coconut in a bowl here, we're just going to add in 2/3 of a cup of some flour. Now I'm using coconut flour because it just made sense to me, and it automatically then makes this recipe gluten-free. But if you aren't concerned about that, you can use just regular flour. Just a pinch of salt here just to kind of bring out the flavors and amplify that coconut. And we're just gonna mix our little coconut sand together here with a clean, dry hand, and then just set that off to the side for a moment. After I had this mixed, then I went ahead and started preparing my baking sheets with some parchment paper, and also turned on my oven to 350 degrees. Now for our wet ingredients, we're going to use about 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and you can use vanilla paste like I used here today, or you can use vanilla extract. Either one is fine. And if you wanted to add any other extracts, now would be the time to do it. We're also going to add in a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This is where our sweetness for the cookie is going to come from, and it's also going to be the glue that binds all of this coconutty goodness together. So you just want to go ahead and get this all mixed together. I felt that mixing this with my hands was the best option here. Just you want to make sure that everything is kind of coated in that sweetened condensed milk, and that's going to really be what holds everything together. So it's important that you get it very well mixed. And after you've gotten that all mixed together, then we're going to start forming our cookies. Now, what I found was best for this was to form the cookies by hand. I usually use a cookie scoop, but working by hand worked best with this dough, I felt. And something else that you want to keep in mind is you want to kind of form these into the size and shape that you want them to be when they come out of the oven, because since this isn't a normal cookie dough where it's going to spread or anything like that, you kind of want it to be the size and shape that you want it to be as an end result. So I just kind of mushed this together into a ball about a teaspoon size, and then kind of flattened that and went ahead and put that little thumbprint indent in there. It really helps if you do that ahead of time. You're just going to bake it for about 10 to 12 minutes until the outer edges are starting to go golden, and you should smell a little bit of that like nice toasted coconut scent as well. So that's what you're looking for with these cookies. Now, once your cookies come out of the oven, you want to go ahead and let them cool, and then they are ready to fill. So this is the chocolate hazelnut spread that I used to fill these cookies with. But before you fill them, just taste one as it is, because the coconut flavor in these is so good. So you may actually decide that you don't need to fill them, but if you do decide to fill them, you can do something like I did here, using something like a Nutella to fill them with, or you could use something like maybe a mango curd or a pineapple filling would be really good in here. There's a lot of directions that you could take this cookie, and I'm pretty sure that pretty much all of them would be delicious. So this is a really good recipe to have in your back pocket, especially if you are gluten-free or you know someone who's gluten-free. This is a really good one. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you might try this recipe. If you do, or if you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, just leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and have a great day.